Good morning. I am from panel. I'm Ashur from Universiti Malaysia Perlis. My production lead supervisors, Mr. Ahmad Shami and Mr. Muhammad Hafiz, and operation supervisor, Ms. Nadia. So here we will present a presentation on industrial training at KHAH Malaysia, Strand, starting from 10 weeks from 1st August 2022 till 7 August 2022. KHAH Group is a global leading supplying medical technology solutions for almost all surgical fields. Okay, we develop and market medical technology solutions such as implant systems, electrosurgery units, surgical laser systems, sterilization containers, operation theatre light, as well as surgical instruments. But here, mainly in Malaysia, we are focusing more on surgical instruments. So, KHAH Malaysia basically begins in 2015, okay, 7 years ago. And this company itself has a manufacturing, it's basically the first manufacturing out of Germany in Asia. And it's a manufacturing and distribution hub concentrating on producing distributing healthcare products for hospital usage. And it exports back 100% back to Germany. Okay.
So the competitive advantages of the company are in these four areas, which are: first is the surgical instruments and sterilization container. The example of surgical instruments are such as tweezer, that used to hold and grip tissues, organs, and medical supplies. And then maybe needle holders that used to grip and hold surgical scissors, needles. So, and second is craniomaxillofacial and hand surgery. Third is a high frequency and laser surgery. It's basically a device that used during the laser surgery. The fourth is operating theatre equipment such as lights and pendants.
KHAH Mission is to be the first choice for all decision makers who use, process or purchase our products. Our mission is to provide surgeons with solutions which make the difference. We provide our customer with excellent service as a result of their superior high quality, dependability, and reliability. For our value, passion and creative thinking process are the ingredients of our success. This spirit dominates our quest for innovative solutions and the way in which we follow a new path, which are smart, well thought of, and ingenious.
Let me introduce my team. My name is Mokarin. Currently undergoing an internship program at KHAH Operation Department. So this is our organization chart. Mrs. Cho is the head of Operation Department, and our supervisor is Ms. Siti Karunadia, is a process engineering in KHAH.
My name is NOEMILY MAJINUS, also intern in Operation Department. Our job scope includes verification and validation, sample preparation for equipment setup and verification, and also document control.
As for the production team, okay, so basically this is the presentation chart for my team. So our HOD is Mr. Mario Rich, and I'm under Mr. Shami and Mr. And my responsibilities is to preparation of tools and equipment for outsourcing, first sample approval, tools and jigs, validation for production, and rework production. So basically there's 6 types of instrument KHAH scalpel, which is used to cut tissues, vessel and organs, scissors, which is used to cut tissue, organs, bones, and bandaging materials and suture material, forceps, used to hold and grip tissue, organ, medical supplies and materials, retractors, which is used to cut tissue, vessel and organs, suction tube, which is used to suck various liquids such as secretion, blood, fat with saline solution from the operating area, and also the suture, surgical needle or needle holder, so which is help surgeons to handle and insert suture needles during wound closures. So this is the 6 types of instruments. So we will start off with the engineering activities that we do during the period of intern. So for production department, so my usual stuff, my primary duty when I came to work every morning is to monitor the TC and rework order. So basically TC stands for tungsten carbide. It's a type of material which is used, it's a special order basically, which is a surface on the medical instrument. It's on the surface at the jaw of the medical instrument. So basically this material is expensive, therefore it will indicate the instrument with a gold plating at the ring of the instrument. Okay, so there's two ways of monitoring this, and also I will be monitoring rework orders. Basically, rework orders are those orders which we outsource, which can't be manufactured. We outsource it from different place, and we rework them and lastly label it as in our company. Okay, so there's two ways of monitoring this these orders. So basically, the first way we can do is by the SAP system. So basically, every time operators CP system. Okay, every time an operator done a process, they will come and scan it in the system. So when I can't find the product, I can look at the system first where it's last updated. So I can go check at the current, at the last updated and see if the product is there now, the order is there now. Okay, let's see if it's there and it has not gone, then I can ask them to bring it to the next process. Or ask them if there are any issues or maybe rework in the order. Okay, so another way is, if let's say I couldn't find the current place, I can go ask the supervisor in charge of each processes and ask them if they already sent out the order to next processes. So they will help me to find out where is it, they will ask around. Okay? And after I obtain where is the orders, I need to update in the daily routine Excel file. So basically this daily routine will be projected in the CNC machine area. There's a bulletin board. So every morning we have a meeting at 10 AM sharp. So where I will actually be present with other supervisors to discuss on where's the progress of the orders. So basically my job is to focusing on this TC and rework order. Next, okay, sample preparation for salt spray test. Basically this is an engineering experiment which is used to test corrosion. So we'll prepare a sample to be sent to the lab to check for corrosion if our material is not corrosive. Okay, so basically to prepare a sample we need to undergo a process of washing. So there's three types of washing, which is ultrasonic washing tank, passivating, and corrosion protection. So for each of these consecutive process, you will go through a rinse. You need to rinse it. We cannot just straight go to each other. We need to rinse it with warm water before go to next. And there's a duration for each of the process. So basically, ultrasonic tank is used to clean small, complicated objects with blind holes, cracks, and recesses. It's used to remove oil which is on the surface, any dirt, grease, or any polishing compound or fingerprints. Okay, and then for passivating tank, basically it creates a coating on the instrument to prevent corrosion, and the protection is on the tank, provides to protect the coating. Okay, and this sample will be broken into two types, which is fresh solution and used solution. Basically, used solution is basically used solution of ultrasonic. You will go through a different instruments. There's different instruments that go through all this. Basically, the used one. So when you're testing it, you can know that's a used solution. So fresh solution is basically after they change, the maintenance department will come and change for every weekly basis. They will change it every weekly basis, all these solutions. So before anyone uses, we will go and test it first. So we prepare a fresh solution and also used solution, and then send it to the vendor for lab tests to see if it corrodes or not. Next is gold addition. So basically, that's like I said previously, for tungsten carbide, we have a coating of gold addition, gold on the ring of the instrument. Okay, so basically for gold addition, we are responsible to add the gold to the gold tank in the gold bath machine, which is the fifth tank. Okay, so you do this every time there's 1,000 or 2,200 pieces has gone through the process, or if the operator see there's not a good finishing on the ring, we will go and check and see if it's out of the range, the pH meter is out of range, the pH value. So how do we add it? Basically, we use a gold powder. We add it with gold powder with DI water. So that, and we need to maintain the pH in between of 1.2 to 1.6. Let's say the pH is less than 1.2, we will add some alkaline solution, which is called the gold plating liquid, to increase the pH. If let's say the pH is more than the 1.6, we will use sulfuric acid to reduce it. So that's how we maintain it. And then next is Solidworks. Okay, we also use Solidworks here. We use Solidworks to let's say for Solidworks we can use to like bending block. So some instrument, medical instrument, they have a bending at the scissors. Let's say it's the scissors, we have bending as you can see in previous picture. Like you can see this picture, there's a bending. Like some of it we require to do a bending block. So for Solidworks, what we do is we have a previously made bending block design. So what we do is, let's say there's a new instrument or new drawing from the HQ, we need to update the system and create a new design on it, a new drawing. And then after obtaining the drawing, we'll send it to the CNC machine operators in charge and to cut a bending block based on the drawings. Okay. After cut the bending block, what we'll do is this is the example of the bending block. So we will then need to obtain the ID number and the description number and laser labeling it. So this is one of the jobs to design pictures based on the drawing. There's also fixtures, jigs and other stuff. And next we go to the equipment control. So under equipment control, there's 3 types, which is new equipment registration, fixture or tooling inspection record, and equipment retiring. So for new equipment registration, basically if there's any new equipment, we will have to register it into system. To do that, first we need to fill out the form and get the approval from the HOD. So for example, like that's not the new bending block that we did, we have to register it into system. And then like for number 2 is basically something like after an order passed through the bending block, if like the operator used the bending block to create an order, we will go through and see if the order or the instrument has met the specification or the drawing of KS19. And for third one, equipment retiring. So basically if there's equipment such as vernier, caliper, if it's above, we only consider as retiring if we cannot locate where's the machine or that ID number or that caliper. It cannot be returned and also it has no future intent of using it. So then we consider as retiring. So what we do, we fill up this retiring form. Okay, and most of the time have something like the tooling, equipment tooling like vernier caliper. Okay. So for me, I'll proceed to the operation. Okay.
Under operation department, we do carry out fixture and tooling inspection. So this fixture, there's 3 types of fixture and tooling we will conduct for this inspection, which are Richard cutter, jaw cutter, and pressing die part of the surgical instrument. So Richard cutter is a cutter that we use in 3-axis CNC machine. So this cutter is to cut the tip of the Richard of a surgical instrument. For example, for tweezer, needle holder, and scissors. And there's 2 types of cutter, which is full tip and half tip. So this inspection are purpose to verify the Richard cutter whether can perform special shape form modeling in 3-axis CNC machine, which is you need to cut out full tip and half tip on the Richard part. The second is a jaw cutter. So jaw cutter also a cutter that we use in a 5-axis CNC machine. This cutter is used to cut the tip of the jaw of a surgical instrument, such as for the needle holder and the tweezer or forceps. So for jaw cutter, we also have 2 types, same as Richard cutter, half tip and full tip. So the purpose of this inspection for jaw cutter is to verify that the jaw cutter can perform special shape form modeling in 5-axis CNC machine. Third is a pressing part. So pressing part is produced after undergoing pressing process. Pressing process is the third step of the process of generic for each of the surgical instruments. So when we want to carry out fixtures and tooling inspection, the pressing part need to be sent for soft annealing. Then only we can conduct this inspection. For pressing part, we have 2 types of inspection, which is physical and virtual inspection. So for the physical inspection, we will inspect it based on 3 aspects, which is safety, ergonomy, and material. So we need to make sure that the pressing die should not cause any hazard to the user. And then in the aspect of economy, the pressing die should not cause any pollution issue to the user. And the material of the pressing die should not have any rust or peel off presence in the surface. So the purpose of this inspection for pressing part is to verify that all the dimension measurements of the pressing part had meet KLS Malaysia's requirements. Next is laser cut part verification. This is to verify the process are able to produce outcome that meets the company requirements. Pressing cutting process is the first process for all of the surgical instruments that made in KLS Malaysia. So in this verification, there is two types of inspection. The first is surface inspection. Second is virtual data inspection. So we need to collect 20 pieces of sample to conduct this verification. For first surface inspection, we will observe the surface of the sample. We need to make sure that there is no visible scratch mark on the surface, no zig line at the cutting edge, and no burst presence on the surface. Second will be the virtual dimension inspection, which is we will measure the critical dimension of the sample. So we will use the digital caliper to measure each part of the laser cut part, and then record it in the virtual data inspection sheet. So in order to ensure that the laser cutting process are capable to produce laser cut part that meets company's requirements, we will calculate CPCAP, which is Process Capability Index. Next is packaging integrity and peelability test. Basically, this is a test to verify the peelability and peel strength of the package of a scalpel plate. So there is total 3 types of tests we carry out for this report, which is bubble emission test, peel test, and peel strength test. For bubble emission test, we will collect the sample and immerse it in the vacuum tank for 30 seconds, and then we will observe is there any bubble presence in the surface of the packaging, or is there any watermark present inside the packaging after we open it. For the peel test, the purpose of the emission test is to verify the package of the scalpel plate. And then the next is the peel test. The peel test is to verify the condition of the package. So we will observe the smoothness when we open the package of the scalpel plate. So if there is any broken or any leakage happening when we're doing an bubble emission test, the peel test will be considered as failed. So the third one is a peel strength test. This is to determine the strength of the seal joint for pouches and real material. So basically, this peel strength test will be sent to other departments to test it. Next is this cutting machine setup and in-process verification. So this is a project that my supervisor have assigned to 3 of us to do. So this is a validation and verification of a setup and in-process disc cutting machine. So this is a disc cutting machine. In this project, we will need to prepare a critical maximum and minimum dimension of stainless steel suction tube. So after prepare the stainless steel suction tube, we will undergo all of the finishing process, such as surface grinding, washing, and after all, we will send to QC to check whether the sample is qualified or not. And after everything is done, we will measure the suction tube and record it in the sheet.
Apart from that, we also need to execute the document change request. And we do this when there is changes in device master record. For example, if there is any changes or addition to the working instruction of an instrument, we will revise the respective device master record. So device master record is a set of documents based on the device design activity that describe how the device is to be made, including testing and acceptance criteria. The information required to do the DCR are the summary changes in process flow, the inventory or material disposition checklist, and training requirement. The next is verification and validation. Next, which are the responsibilities that the operation and production departments have in common. So, product validation is the process of determining whether a product, a feature meets the needs of customer. It is a scientific method for obtaining and sustaining a product market fit, as well as a scalable method for conducting research more quickly and effectively. The first one is with the installation qualification. If there is a new or changed system, we will require to do the installation qualification. So IQ is a documentation that critical equipment, systems and processes have been delivered and installed in accordance with the total work areas specification and legal regulation. For example, when we have a new equipment or machine installed here, we are required to do the IQ. IQ consists of IQ protocol and IQ report. For IQ protocol, the required information are the user specification, expected parameters, safety function, and vendor document. And then after all the information are required, we will need to get approval from the operation head department, which is Ms. Pique Cho. And then we will have to go and validate if the machine meets the specification requirement. And then after that we will do the IQ report. For IQ report, we need to ensure that the vendor specification meets with the user specification, and if the actual result meets with expected parameter and also the vendor document information. For operational qualification and performance qualification, we also need to do the protocol and report. So as you can see, OQ and PQ is a documentation demonstrating that essential pieces of equipment, systems, and processes comply with the requirements in the total work area, produce the desired result under current working condition, and operate as intended within predetermined limits. So, for the OQ protocol, we will require the process test procedure, sampling plan, acceptance criteria, and training plan. And then after that, we will do the OQ report. So for OQ report, we will require the attachment of material used in the OQ-PQ test lab. So example of equipment or machine we did are for a new grinding machine, relocation of ring cleaning machine, and a new pH meter. So that's all from us. Thank you.